The UK has a new name for stablecoins and a new bill to regulate crypto. Australian 2022 budget confirms digital assets will not be taxed as a foreign currency. Bears get wrecked. $1 billion shorts liquidated in a day. That's the most since October 2020. Bitcoin miners rethink business strategies to survive long term. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Assets of Value podcast. Today, on October the 26th, and every day, we connect to give an industry insider's perspective on crypto, Web3, and NFT topics. We are the founders of Assets of Value, a Web3 research organization. This podcast is not to be taken as legal or financial advice. Let's dive straight into it.
Finally, happy news, Schwab. We yesterday discussed the possibility of Bitcoin moving to 20K plus, and finally it did. And Bitcoin is now trading around 20.8K region, which is in turn absolutely close and absolutely accurate to the 15% prediction I did back in October 3rd. Like most of our favorite gems, they literally produce 30 to 40% gains in just these 2 days.
Yeah, looking at crypto bubbles, everything is green. We've not seen a day like this for a long time. If I'm going to quickly touch on the biggest movers, biggest gainers, Hex is up nearly 43%, TON, 52%, and Clay up 41%. And then if we look at the market cap as well, we have hit that $1 trillion mark. Yesterday we were at 947 billion. Positive, happy picture because it just feels like kind of downward market for a way long time. It's the first time I'm seeing green across the board, which is fantastic. Let's unpack some of these stories. The UK has a new name for stablecoins and a new bill to regulate crypto. What do you feel about this? Is this a positive move or should we be concerned about this?
I think as a UK citizen, you are the best one to answer the complexities of UK's new bill. Mention something. I think the change in political leadership is the end result. But what I'm really seeing is that UK wants to control, as well as Australia. These countries wants to control and regulate cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrency provides an excellent, effective, and easy solution to obtain dollars. You can buy USDT and hold it for a long term, and you can even stake it for a really good percentage. That's the main reason behind all these sudden regulative attempts.
Yeah, here's my little opinion on this piece. So, firstly, UK, where it's geographically located, puts it in a prime position to be the global center of financial industry. That's because of the time zone, predominantly. It works well. There is some overlap in terms of trading hours with Asia, and it also overlaps well with USA. So, from a hub perspective, UK has always been a financial services leader, or certainly wants to position itself there. But I do see this as a bullish moment for Bitcoin. The fact that UK is recognizing Bitcoin, crypto, and digital assets shows the forward thinking of the country. But it also wants to retain its grip.
Well, food for thought. Can Bitcoin be actually regulated? The honest answer is no, because it's a decentralized network, and the only parties who can maybe conspire together is miners.
You bring a good point. You bring a good point, but it for me, it's all about the entry and exit points. Bitcoin itself, I agree, decentralized. You cannot regulate the coin itself, but the touch points you can. And I think that's where policymakers are best at. They could almost strangle it or suffocate it, or they can really propel it into the direction that they want it to go or that it deserves to go. Yes, I think they will remain cautious because the banking industry as a whole is a closed network of institutions and corporations. So there's a balancing act there for sure. But yeah, you're right. They cannot stop it. It will continue to go. But it's the point of it's the touch points that I think that they will come down in terms of regulations, such as exchanges, maybe even wallet providers or creators onboarding in terms of knowing who's holding what. I feel it's that space that policy will be created. And obviously, anyone who interacts with Bitcoin holding or transferring, they will need to declare in line with the kind of financial authority, FCA in this case. Australian 2022 budget confirms digital assets will not be taxed as a foreign currency. I'm not sure if I'm concerned about this. What it is saying to me that it will be taxed, but it will be taxed and denoted within the Australian dollar.
Of course, you can tax the entry point and exit points of Bitcoin in dollar terms. For example, you buy at 18K, you sell at 22K, and there's a good profit generated, and you're liable to pay taxes for that. But what happens when you pay Bitcoin to buy other altcoins? For example, you are buying Ethereum with Bitcoin that you own. So that means you are buying a volatile asset with another volatile asset. And it will be really difficult for all the regulators to tax these kind of things, because that doesn't necessarily give you a specific entry and exit in terms of US dollars. So it's interesting to see how these regulators will evolve.
With so much positive market sentiment, anyone that was shorting the market got absolutely wrecked. According to recent data, that was around $1 billion, and that seems to be the most since October 2020. Were you any in short trades?
Well, I was shorting Axie. The people who were shorting Bitcoin got burned for it. We always have to expect these relief rallies. Let's forget about macros for some time. Let's forget about the economic conditions that we experience and we might experience in the future also. Let's just enjoy the moment of breather. It's a moment of happiness, maybe a moment of profits also. It's a green moment, you could say. I do agree that people got burnt, people got liquidated, but that's part of the process. Somebody has to get liquidated. All this time, the people who longed Bitcoin was getting liquidated. It's a fair game, I think.
I have to agree. For every buyer, there must be a seller, and it was the seller's turn to get wrecked in this situation. When we're nearly tapping out in terms of time, you've got a bit of a gem for us.
Oh, it's not actually a gem per se. Around $23 million worth of NYM is going to get unlocked on November 3rd. For context, the figure amounts to almost 8% of the total supply, and the total supply is 1 billion NIM. Most importantly, the current market cap of NIM is only $19.5 million. So, on November 3rd, around $23 million worth of NIM will be added to the market. That's literally more than its market cap. If you're holding NIM, now could be a time you can maybe take some profits or sell your positions.
I'm just looking at the coin market cap ticker at the moment, and is currently trading at 28 cents, or just over slightly. So a heads up there, not to be taken as financial advice. It's been super fun. We've timed out. I'm glad you were able to jam with us today. That's it. Until next time. Thank you, everybody, and we're signing off.